Glory to God, source of all creation. Today, I'm going to talk about how money affects people, how people love each other. It's basically like you can be bought and sold with money. I've talked about that on another video. You can be bought and sold for small amounts of it, to be honest. And it's kind of sad because like you can rip lives apart and everything. And people need to understand that love is more powerful and long lasting. Money comes, money goes. Love is forever. God taught me that. It's like something deep in your soul. And you can feel it when you do the wrong and when you sell somebody out or be false for cash or a quick advantage or leg up in a system. You feel it in your gut. You feel it in your heart. And later on, you'll feel it in your head. And what you notice is like, oh, it's fine to do it once, right? No. Because then it leads to another, and then another, and then another. And then before you know it, you're going to hell. Or whatever comes in the horrible part of afterlife. I know there's a really warm, light feeling when you die and you've done redeemed yourself and repented. But what awaits if you don't? That's the real question. Money's too much of a controlling thing. I've noticed plenty of people in my life who were friends to me or family. They had got a lot of money or even smaller amounts of money, and they just changed. They were no longer the person they once were. And the system runs on it, but we can have a system without it, which would be nice, but nobody seems to want to join in on that bandwagon. And I've had plenty of people that come up and act like friends too, just because they're getting paid to, which is really weird. That is really, really weird. But when somebody's really friendly, really authentic, you can feel it. Once you have universal God inside you, like the feeling of it, the understanding of it, and you're at peace and calm. When somebody is greedy and fake, you can feel it. And the funny thing is I just play along with some of these people. Because it's like, with some of them you can't say, I know you're lying to me. Because they will deny it and lie. I've done it before. Over and over again, I've done it before. Hell, I used to be that back in the day, long time ago. Because they don't want to get their lies exposed. Because if one lie crumbles, then the other crumbles, and the other crumbles, and the other crumbles. And you can always also tell these people because they're miserable. They're just absolutely miserable. No smiles, no pep in their step. They're just grumpy. Unless you're uber rich, then you have so much money. They're miserable inside. Or some of them are really evil. And that's another thing people don't realize. There's a large spectrum of good and evil. And on one end, you have the really pure, the really good people, which I'm not claiming I am. I'm sort of on that end, but not that far. That's like the Jesus type folk. You know, the people that die early and get killed off. Unfortunately, as much as I hate to say it, but that's kind of how humans do it. Good guys finish last. And on the other end, you have the totally evil. I've met a few of those people. Those people actually, they enjoy hurting others, and it's a bit scary. But those are basically what billionaires, and there's certain jobs that attract these people, like unfortunately law enforcement, unfortunately politicians, unfortunately CEOs and billionaires, and majority stockholders, doctors, lawyers, people that have control over human lives, basically, in one way or another. Those attract the psychopaths most of the time. You do get a few good ones in there, but when they get in the system that we have set up now is so messed up that you can't really do anything. If you want to be a good doctor, you go into medical school, you get your degree, and you get there and everything's totally different than what you wanted to be when you were a kid, if that was your childhood dream. And you have to play along or you go broke. And with those medical debts, you can't go broke. And it's set up like that. The same way with lawyers. When you're young, you want to defend the just and help people. Same with police. You want to defend people, help people. But you get in the system and you realize you're outnumbered 3-1 and you can't really do anything. And it's sad because those people should be in charge, the good ones, but they're not. Now politicians, on the other hand, that's just a race for though. And CEOs, and they're the heads of the system. And bankers, that's another one. They're the heads of the system. Like literally once you get up to near the top on most things, but especially in politics and CEOs and other majority stockholders and bankers and whatever kind of tycoon. The whole capitalism system has it to where the more money you make, the more evil you got to be to get there. And we need love, we need caring, we need understanding. Not greed, not fakeness, not lies. But anyway, that's all I got for today. Everybody try to love each other a little bit more. That Fire Robert's out.